Hello everyone, and welcome to the stream. This is Otaku Showboat, and today is Sunday, August 30th, 2020. If you are watching the VODs on YouTube, please be sure to do all of the engagement and social stuff below the video. If you are so inclined, I stream at twitch.tv/Otaku Showboat, so you can head on over there to leave a follow if you haven't already done so. You can support Planodon's mods development at patreon.com/Planodon and myself at patreon.com/Otaku Showboat. So, first off, today I want to do some housekeeping stuff. There's always some housekeeping stuff at the beginning of every stream to take care of. First off, thank you to the person who gave the 100-bit cheer on my channel. There was a cheer like yesterday at some point uh from this from someone who is at this point going to be, I guess, anonymous, because it was done through a uh bot that cheered 100 bits to me. So it seems like this is called Coil Twitch bot. It's like a service that one can subscribe to, and then as they visit channels and sites that they're watching, it automatically does like cheers and stuff. It's interesting, to say the least. So, of course, thank you for that to whoever came to my channel and did the 100 bits. That was good to see. Uh, Other than that, this week, I will again be alone in the house from Wednesday for about a week and a half after that, from the 2nd through approximately the 13th or 14th. I will be here alone. Alone again. Yes, there's also the poll going on still. That is ending soon. We'll discuss that shortly. So yeah, my mother and her boyfriend are going to be going back up to, uh, I guess at this point, what was my grandmother's house to continue going through the stuff that's there. They're still going through the stuff, let alone attempting to bring it back. So, yeah, to say the least, there's a lot of stuff in that house. There's a lot of stuff. And what I and my mother's boyfriend have been trying to do is to convince my mother to mark things to sell to afford an estate sale, one option, and have a whole bunch of other stuff to sell. Like they need to sell things. They need to sell things to get through this whole process. They need to get rid of stuff. Yes, it's fine to keep some stuff, keep some stuff of sentimental value, but we can't keep everything. There is literally not enough space in the universe to keep all that stuff in that house. It is extraordinary how much stuff is in that house. There's so much furniture. There's so many antiques, knickknacks, pictures, etc. And we are going to be keeping like a lot of movies, like a lot of DVDs, like literal room from stacked from floor to ceiling of movies and VHSs of movies and such. Just big sections, not like a whole room of that. It's like parts of a room. It's stacked floor to ceiling of just movies, right? So we need space for that. If we are going to have any of that brought back, which we did get from the previous trip, a bit of that brought back, but it's like, oh god, there's just so much. There's stuff. It's lots of stuff, and it needs to be gone through actually pretty quickly, because that house needs to get sold pretty quickly so that it doesn't get foreclosed. Um, so the story again about that, if you haven't known, uh, my grandparents had a reverse mortgage on the house, so that process, it is a loan, and of course it does need to get paid back. It's like over $400,000 that needs to get paid back. The house, we are waiting on an estimate on the value of the house from an inspector slash appraiser who came through already. We are waiting on that. We're hoping that it'll come back at least $575,000, so it can sell in that range of the $500,000 range, because this is essentially the inheritance that will be split between my mother and her brother, um, and of course all of the other expenses of dealing with the actual stuff in the house. And the time frame is pretty short on selling the house, but there is an interested party already to purchase the house, but we shall see how all of that goes going forward. It is eventually going to be a bit of a windfall for the family, but we have to wait for it, and it sort of also requires upfront expenditures, in the form of being able to get all the stuff out of the house. And we're trying to scrimp by and save every penny. This is why I am staying home. That's because we have two kittens. We have kittens that need to be taken care of. I don't know if they're nearby. I don't see them here in my room right now. But yeah, they need to be taken care of. And if I were to go with them up to Massachusetts, we would need to, of course, board the kittens and all of that. So that's an inherent expense that's not particularly cheap to have the kittens taken care of. And of course, then there's also space being taken up in the vehicle on the way up, because they take the vehicle up, they drive all the way up there. So then that's less space between me and the stuff I need to survive up there with them, which means less stuff that can be taken back in that vehicle, etc., etc., etc. So yeah, it's just more economically viable for me to stay behind for this. So there's that. That's going to be about the 3rd through 13th ish, 14th ish, just like previously. The other thing I need to note going forward is that starting with this month of September, this upcoming week, I'm likely not going to be getting as much stuff done off screen for the Factorio playthrough, partly because of this poll that we have going on to record a brand new series for YouTube that you can vote on. That is the 1,000 subscriber reward, which I can see that the results are about as expected thus far, although I find one result a little bit interesting, actually a couple results on that. I'm looking particular at the non-Factorio stuff, like how that is ranking on that poll. So good information that I'm getting out of that right now. So I have to, record that, and I have to record the normal tutorial videos that I've been doing for the Pi Suite. Eventually, I am going to do more than just the Pi Suite for the tutorials. I think I'm just going to keep doing Factorio general tutorials, maybe various other mods included with that. We've already got Hell mod as one of the things that will get a tutorial at some point. So that's all in the pipeline. But I also have to earn money. That's the other thing. I'm tapped. I am broke. Basically, I have literally nothing going into this next month. Like single digit dollars. So yeah, I need to make sure that I earn enough to survive over the course of this month, and that ultimately means that I will have to earn between $10 and $20 per weekday, every weekday, from now until the end of time. Uh, yeah, so that's great. Doable, but time consuming, which means I won't be able to do as much of the off screen work. So, as we get into the game, this is perfect opportunity, the perfect opportunity to remind folks that I do have a Patreon at patreon.com/otakushowboat. I have that. I have Twitch subs available at all times. I've got Streamlabs tips and all of that good stuff. Although the stuff through Twitch pays out like 15 days after the month ending that you accrue $100, so that's wouldn't be seen. Like unless I somehow accrue over $100 between today and tomorrow, I'm not going to see anything from Twitch until at minimum October 15th, and I sort of need money sooner than that. Patreon though is immediate, and I get immediate access through anything through Patreon. I get immediate access to anything through what's ultimately PayPal, through the Streamlabs tips and all of that good stuff. And then, of course, there's also the YouTube. YouTube is now got ad revenue technically on it, but eh, that's not going to be particularly relevant. That's going to be like one paycheck every like twice a year ish. So, yeah, we need to grow a bit more. Currently have 17 patrons on Patreon. Last I checked, the next goal for that is at 20 patrons. That'll be a fourth stream day added on top of everything else. Oh joy, oh bliss. So at 20, it's going to be a fourth stream day. Ideally something different, but I'll likely leave that up to a vote as to what we should do on that fourth stream day. Likely going to be a Wednesday stream if/when that does come to pass that we hit 20. At 25 is when I am planning on doing a PC upgrade, putting that on credit, because I'm assuming I'd be able to at least attempt to afford that by 25, but we shall see. It's about a $750 expense that will dramatically assist and aid and all that good stuff with being able to render content as well as just, stream in high quality, all that good stuff in general. Fix some of my issues that I've been having with my PC, just because of how aged the motherboard in particular is at this point. And of course, with Twitch, if we get up to 25 subscriber points through Twitch, that does unlock a new emote slot. So there's that to look forward to as well. And of course, Salt Grains channel points. If you are watching on Twitch, you will gain channel points over time. 10,000 Salt Grains can be spent on a train station name. You can get your name on a train station at the very end of the last stream. I will point out Slamonite did redeem the train station. I saw it. So there you go. There's your name, Slamonite. It's here. I have added it. Okay, that I think covers all of the housekeeping stuff I wanted to talk about. Let's now talk about the stuff that I did off screen between last time and this time. Now, I will note that between last time and this time, I haven't played Factorio quite as much, because I've sort of been playing quite a bit of Total War Saga Troy. I have been enjoying my time with that. As for my thoughts about Total War Saga Troy, I enjoy it, but that it's not perfect. Like it's not perfect. It's a bit of a cluster as time goes on. Like I enjoy the mechanics in general of that game, but yeah, like to say that it's Total War would be an absolute understatement. It's just a diplomatic cluster. And you are going to lose stuff. Like that the way that it's just designed, the map in general with all the water, uh, sea stuff, islands everywhere. Uh, Naval invasions are going to ruin your day every day, all the time, especially when it's a whole bunch of nations at war versus another whole bunch of nations. And yeah, it gets interesting, and you end up in situations where you are just conquering to keep your economy going as you lose stuff and have to deal with stuff and all of that. And the way that it's designed, you can only have a certain number of armies going at a single time, so it's like, how? Basically, nothing is uh, safe. Nothing is safe. Um, Even if you do build buildings that give you bigger garrisons, nothing is safe. It is, well, it's Greece. It's Greece, not Rome. So it's ancient Greece. It's the story of the invasion of Troy. It's based off of that, based on the Iliad. So yeah, big wars all the time. And what makes it even like bigger cluster is that it's not just Greece, mainland Greece versus the nations around Troy. It's also a lot of infighting on each side too that you have to deal with. So you have to deal with threats at home and abroad. So yeah, a little bit more complexity on that one. I've been playing Sparta on this successful-ish game playthrough, trying to keep wars to a minimum as we go along. But yeah, I've been playing that. Now, let's get into stuff that I did off screen, shall we? As I hear a kitten behind me. At least one. I hear their bells tinkling. So what did I do off screen? Well, I got the syngas onto my train network. That's one thing I did. I now have I think I doubled this at some point. I don't remember if I doubled this on screen. I think I doubled this off screen, and just so it's 30 ash per second now. That's getting loaded onto the train network and stuff. Where can you get my blueprints? I have blueprints available through my Discord server, not my public Discord. So there are some there, not all updated though. I have a channel that's Factorio string sharing. Factorio string sharing channel that includes blueprint strings to share. Not everything is up to date. I don't have many of these blocks available through that, but I do have links to like the modular rail system, like more general, the modular rail system Reddit post. I use the 2-lane version. The Reddit post, the title of it is for the 4-lane version, but it has a link to the 2-lane version as well as the 4-lane version. Of course, right-hand drive because I'm not a maniac, and I prefer what I'm used to seeing in my real life. The cats are fighting. Hey, have some air. Have some compressed air to stop fighting behind me. So yeah, I did this expansion with the syngas on the network. We need syngas in order to do our ground boring at the very end of this process. I got the skin onto the trains. That's the other thing. I brought that onto the trains from the Ulrich skin that we did last time. And outside of that expansion, like obvious here, this is the big thing that I did off screen was just a little bit of expansion of the base in terms of land area available to us. You can see how what I've done here. I've put another 2x2 set over here. So now I have this block of what would be 8x8 that is separated into four blocks that are bigger. And this is going to be a central point as I radiate out. However, However, what I would like to do is have this as a pattern where I have one of these, but then it's 1, 2, 3, 4 of this pattern, the individual blocks. 4 of these individual blocks to the left, to the right, up, and down from one of these, and then have another set of these with the 4 up, the 4 down, of course the 4 left and the 4 right. So like over here, after doing another set of 4 that are like this, it would be another set of these over here. And then same over here, same up top, same on the bottom, and then at the corners, just as we go along. And I eventually need it. Hello! Welcome. Yes, I do enjoy the this Factorio game. Oh boy, as well. So let's see. What else have I been working on? I have worked on, the last thing to note, where I left off today. I am working on the latex. I'm working on getting the latex out of the factory smoke buildings so I can remove factory smoke. That's my next thing. I technically have all of the infrastructure now out of the buildings. Well, it's just cloned. All the stuff still exists in the buildings. I just need to hook everything up, turn it all on, get the latex fed continuously down into the trains from the new infrastructure, and then get rid of all of this. It does need seaweed in. It actually needs like 10 something seaweed in, which yeah, I do have this line here, which also, yeah, I'm supposed to complete this and get rid of this as well. So remember last time, each one of these is 15 seaweed. So I have 30 total at the moment. Likely going to have to keep on pasting down additional seaweed everywhere. And then I've made plans, additional plans. So this area where I currently have glass is going to end up being the tin and aluminium slash duralumin. So all of this is going to go away, which is also going to free up a lot of the space because I won't need any of this pipeline shenaniganry in here anymore. Gonna move all this stuff, replace it with better glass over here. I'm just gonna do better glass over here, try to get it on a train over here or something. Maybe pipe it down to where my molten train is, somewhere over here. Yes, glass molten. This is the molten supply currently. Either get another train over here or just pipe it in. I don't know, I might need more than 1,000 units per second of glass, molten glass, over time, but we shall see. We shall see how things go over time. Anyway, today, the idea is to wrap up Drilling Fluid 2. That is the goal, is to get into that Drilling Fluid 2. Now, let me have a look at our plans. I will need to set up the collagen. I will need to set up a lot of individual buildings of stuff. What can I remove from this list to get a better idea of what I need? So I have all of these individual factories existent. I can get rid of the skin stuff now and the food stuff now from this list. And everything else I need here. I can get rid of the drill heads because I have the drill heads provided as well. Alright, let's pin that. This is going to be the total infrastructure that I put down to do my zinc ground boring. Now, of course, I need to think about, am I going to need drilling fluid 2 for anything other than zinc ground boring? Well, I think the short answer is going to be no, unless I decide that I want to ground bore for Nextlet. Uh, the thing about that is Nextlit comes from tailings, and it's going to mean a lot of entities if I do it out of tailings. This might be better on entities over time, but I need to consider the infrastructure for the collagen as well, so yeah, I think it might still lose to tailings. Someone can look at YAFC to compare the Nextlit out of the ground boring versus the Nextlit from tailings from sand and sea, which is technically cheaper for building cost, etc. But none of this other stuff here that uses drilling fluid 2 will I want. Nickel I can get directly out of tar. Chromium, again, is directly out of tar along with aluminium, so I will only need it for zinc, which means that I don't need to provide it in its own separate factory. I can just do all of this together in one factory. Have I placed in this list a source of saline water? I have not. I need to do that. So the chlorine has to come from somewhere, which means that the chlorine is going to come from saline water. I need 208.4, which means I need 41.67 tar on top of everything else. 145.9, that is way less than the 250 that I can produce. Way fewer units than I can produce out of my standard unit of my stone from tar build. Wherever I have those literally everywhere. This thing, yes, this thing right here, the glorious stone from tar build. In fact, I can just copy this wholesale right from here and paste it down wherever I want to do this ground boring for zinc. Now, I also have to consider the infrastructure of the processing zinc. Yes, stone, tar from stone. It's stone-based tar. Stone-based tar. Get rid of that icon there, that window. So I want a bit of extra space, like, around where I'm doing this, because I don't know if I have the space to do the infrastructure of the zinc processing itself. So I'm going to do this probably over here and, like, build to the left if I really need to. So off we go with that. Let's actually just have it the one tile down, so I'm not ever going to foul up with the rail signals. That should be in the buildable zone of my network. So there we go, the logistics network. Yeah, I really don't like that the center of these is not covered by the logistic network. It makes it a little bit more difficult to do blueprint-based building with construction bots as I scale, because there's always that concern is like, oh, I need to scale these things, which means that I need to include extra Pi ports, Pi robo ports in the middle of these. Now, if there was a mod that lets you upgrade your RoboPort ranges with tech, like, that would be ideal. I would actually like that, but I would need to make it to work with the Pi RoboPorts rather than vanilla RoboPorts. Like, I'm pretty sure something like that exists, right? I'm pretty sure that there probably is a mod that adds in techs that increase, at the very least, the buildable zone of RoboPorts. Like, that would be quite ideal. if that actually existed. Uh, I would like that on PyBoports. In fact, ultimately, I would like the Mark II, 3, and 4 versions of the PyRoboports. Like that would be the best. The Mark II, 3, and 4 PyRoboports, as well as Mark II, 3, and 4 recharging stations. But that's not going to come out until Pi decides to do a Pi Logistics mod, or an upgraded overhaul of the Pi Industries. That one, industry items. Although technically, the Pi Roboports and the Pi recharging stations are not Pi Industry items. They are Pi high-tech items, as classified here. That they do apparently get made initially. They are created by industry, which is interesting, to say the least. It's like, oh, we've got these robots. We've got these robots. The cargo bot is made in Pi Industry initially, but the Mark II Logibot, yeah, that's made in Pi raw ores, and then changed by coal processing, and then changed by petroleum handling. The Mark I is made by Pi Industry, then changed by petroleum handling, then coal processing, then raw ores, then petroleum handling again. Excellent modifications, like chains of modifications to these recipes, because it's changing recipes. It makes it difficult to see where it's actually written out first. It should be in Pi Industry on these Mark Ones, but apparently the Mark Twos are raw ores, and I don't even know what the Mark Threes would be under. Probably Pi High Tech would be the Mark Threes of these, the high tech cargo bots and construction bots. Speaking of the high tech construction bots and Logibots, on my Twitch channel, there are rewards for lifetime bit cheering. If you accrue a certain number of cheers, just accrued in total over time, you can permanently unlock some emotes. In particular, there are the high-tech construction and logibots among those rewards. So do bear that in mind. I do have. I think it starts with the Fawagi, as well as the construction bot and the Logibot. There they are in the chat. Fawagi, construction, and Logi high techs. Those are for cheer rewards, total cheer rewards. It starts with, I think, the 1,000 bits, of which no one has ever done 1,000 bits. No one's cheered 1,000 yet, so no one has the permanent Fawagi mushroom at this point in time. The closest person is King Arthur, actually, who has cheered 500 bits in total thus far. Yes, 500. I think that's his grand total from what I could see in here. The next one's like 300, and then 275, and then the 100 I got yesterday, and then 3. Yes, 3 full bits. But anyway, enough about that. Let's continue on. Enough of that subtle hinting and being incredibly desperate. Let's see. Let's get rid of that. Where's my vehicle? Vehicle is over there. Always be careful crossing the tracks. I guess while I'm here, I can do that. Yeah, that works. Die. Kill the things. This is what I do, by the way, as I as I upgrade and remove the factories from the face of existence. How much is in there? Die. I hit that too, so that can also die. Kill the things. Kill them. You see how quickly the inventory fills, even with all these upgrades. It's like, well, while I'm here. Oh, I see Kitty. I see a kitty. Hello. You gonna come say hi? Yes. My Ollie is here. The Ollie. The Ollie has arrived. Yes, I know you're squirmy. You're squirmy. Yes, 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 I know. You're trying to bite me. Trying to bite me now, Mr. Squirmy. Yeah, you go explore the window. Alright, what was I doing? Deleting this. That's what I was doing. Always time for kittens. It is always time for the kittens to appear. Oh, get rid of that. And that. Oh, God. Oh goodness. That's a few things. That's a few things. Hey, vehicle. Do you need some seaweed? Sure. Why not? And now that's taken care of for those three. Those three no longer need to exist. Have anything associated with them. Power situation though. What I'm going to do is get rid of the power supply to those buildings. That way, they aren't processing on the electric grid, and that saves a tiny amount of system resources. Immortal is here and late. Yes, Immortal is several streams late, and has missed very little. I have done a lot of talking about what I did off screen, working on various things, trying to get my latex out of the factory smoke buildings, trying to. I got my syngas on my train network now. I have the skin loading onto trains now, and yeah, we're going to be we're going to be building the drilling fluid 2 today. Going to be doing the drilling fluid 2 today. That is the idea, and I spent a long time on like housekeeping type stuff earlier, just general announcements and information, shall we say. Just that I'm probably not going to be doing as much off-screen Factorio stuff, basically from here on, just because I need to have money. I need money, and I do to spend the time to make the money, which means I don't have as much time to do other things, including off-screen stuff for the stream. We'll still be streaming, but yeah. Need the money. Need at least $10 to $20 per weekday, aka 50 to 100 per week. Or, you know, like 250 more over what I have now per month. 250 to 400-ish, approximately. Of course, higher values matter. Really would help, because then that means I could really start paying down debt. Because, yeah, I'm right now, I am in a state of debt accrual, which is not a state I need to be in right now. Come on, get rid of all this stuff from my trash slots. I need to move on. Get rid of all this stuff from these trash slots. You can do it, Logis. All these wonderful, wonderful robots. Yeah, so last stream had a couple of people actually renew the salt grain reward for their names on the train stations. What debt? Just no, just general debt. My Amazon store card is accruing, and I have just been making minimal payments, but have been adding more than the minimum payment each month. It's because I haven't been earning enough to pay what I'm adding to it, which is like the worst case possible scenario for anyone to be in. So yeah, that card has like 800 and something dollars on it right now, and a lot of that was from the like actual stuff that I had done a while ago with the memory that I needed because my memory was failing. Like, oh hey, I found out my memory was failing in my computer, and I had to get new memory modules. So I did that, and at the time, and I decided, well, let's just get better lighting for that on top of everything else. And now I have the new green screen behind me as well. I That was recent. I did get this green screen behind me. That added a bit onto that on top of everything else. But yeah, need to make bigger payments than just the minimum every month, but haven't been really able to afford that in recent months. Plural months. Like 6 months plus at this point. So that's interest accruing, which is always bad. Really, really bad. Especially on Amazon. Like, wow, their interest rate through the Amazon store card is obscene. Obscene. It's over 25% accrued per year. So yeah, it's bad. It's bad, real bad. But I'll manage that eventually. Eventually. Again, I just need like a couple, uh, hundred, like 250-ish a month at least, in addition to everything else I currently have. So that's like in addition to all of the current Patreon income as well as other work related income. It's like I'm still short by that much per month that I need to get through other means. And I have that other means, it's just very time consuming and tedious. Very, 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 very tedious doing transcription work when it's available. Fortunately, transcription work has become more available lately. But yeah, still working on that. Still working on that. Of course, like of course, the goal is to not have to do any of that, and I can focus all of my attention on the streaming and the content creation and all that good stuff. Like that's the goal, is to not have to do any of that. But well, reality is that I do need to still have, and like I'm still short like at least $250 a month on top of what I have right now. The Patreon, I see like 80-ish -5 because I'm a patron of Pyanodon too, so it's like 75 a month on Patreon from my 17 patrons. It would need to triple, basically. It would need to triple in order to actually be able to truly just do streaming content full time at a minimum. Right? At a minimum, it would need to triple in raw value. So, yeah. If you ever wondered why I constantly am promoting the Patreon in particular. That's one reason. That is a reason that I do that. All right, let's build. Enough of the side stuff. Let's actually build things now. Building things. I will need a wet scrubber and a whole bunch of other stuff. So let's see. I need you. And if you're lagging, yeah, that's on your end. Because I have 0 drop frames right now. I have the quenching towers. I need reformers from here. Well, you see, I can't borrow from family, considering that part of my expenses is paying family. Like that's part of my expenses, not gains. Like why would I even attempt that? No, there's nothing that I can get. The family is broke. Family is broke. Short answer currently. That family is broke. At least until the entire process has gone through of selling my grandmother's house. Like until that whole process has gone through and the reverse mortgage is paid off and the remaining money, if there's any remaining money off of the sale of the house, is split between my mother and her brother, we are not. There's just not money. And why do we buy on debt? Well, ideally, I would not have any accrued money on that store card, and that I would use it to and pay it off at the end of each month, because the store card does have 5% cash back on it. So if you are paying off the card each month, you don't get interest accrued and you get the 5% back. So it's essentially a 5% discount on any purchases that you make, assuming that you can pay off the card every month. But sometimes things happen, like your memory fails on your computer and you need to have a big expense immediately that you can't wait on. And then you end up having to pay interest on that. So, things happen. Things happen. And ideally, I would save and only buy what I've saved, but hey, the virus happened. And work went down the tubes for a long time. I need light oil factories as well. And methanol reactors from here. And agitators from here. And mixers from the same. And the ground bores from wherever those are in this list. There they are. And let's see what else. What else? Oh, yes, actual normal scrubbers. Why do I not have agitators? Normal scrubbers. Am I missing something with those agitators? What am I missing in this mall? Why no agitators? Wherever those ended up. Hello? Agitators. Why none? It is requesting... Ah! Melamine. Right. That's what's missing. Melamine. That is going to be more difficult. I think for the immediate moment, I'm just going to steal some melamine if I can off of the circuit production. Otherwise, yeah, this could take some time. This could take a while. Tack another thing onto the off-screen stuff that I need to do. I need to go up here. There was nothing of the sort in my town. I have not... My city has been fine. Thus far as I'm aware. Like, there's not been any unrest of any description. There were protests, but nothing was damaged or anything like that. Nothing happened. Nothing of any significance, shall we say? Because I don't know. I don't know exactly. I don't follow the local news that closely. Anyway, melamine. Let's find where the hell it's being made. Here. Hello, melamine. Right, this gets... It gets loaded directly 1-to-1, so let me grab a bit of that off of here. Yeah, I haven't kept up with any of that on the local scale. Now, as for the broader region, maybe some more has gone on, but not this particular city as far as I'm aware. Let's see, I need how many of these agitators in the end? Only 2? Yeah, let's go ahead and take that to the mall, or better yet, just be like, hey, bots, take it from me and take it to the mall. Where did I park? Over there. So once I'm back in my network, after I get in my vehicle and I'm on my way, my Logibots will hunt me down, take away that melamine from me, and deliver it where it needs to be delivered. Alright. Let us continue now. I have to think what order I really want to build things in as well, because I need quite a few things. There are quite a few things that this is all going to be split into. Oh yes, and I also need ionic upgraders. That's always fun. That's in petroleum handling. Always fun using the ionic upgraders. Oh, it's the mall. It's the mall. Can I, like, shift... Oh, hi. Shift C works. Yeah, that's good. What is my power usage? My power usage right now is about 1.3, 1.4 gigawatts. Capable of more than 2. I haven't done the math lately as to how much I can actually make and consume at any one time, but let's just say that if everything were running, and if I were to, say, do something incredibly insane, such as... Such as... this... Yes, it's a lot of soil extractors. Lots and lots of soil extractors. If I were to do something like this and have my construction bots building out placing all of these Nextlit tiles along this entire stretch, it'll bring me up to above 2. From what I am aware, it will get me above 2 gigawatts as they accrue. Yeah, just something simple that'll use all however many thousands, 20 grand construction bots all at once. Because yes, I have 20,000 construction bots on my network right now, 20,596, and as it uses them all, as they all become active, I'll flood in even more, because that's the way I've designed my setup here. I also have like 7,000 Logibots too, so keep that in mind on top of everything else. It gives a nice visual indicator where my blocks are, because if I don't have the tiles in between these, it can get a little bit hard to like really understand and see what's what in here. But yeah, I do have a lot of soil extractors. I have over 2,000 soil extractors, just so we're aware. Also have a lot of recharge stations, close to 3,000 of those, 2.8k. Yeah, I have a few things. A few things exist. And since a lot of stuff is out of soil, uh, think of it this way on these soil extractors. Not all of it is soil. A lot of it is soil and stone, for stone. Uh, and a bit of it is for limestone. So it's soil and limestone. The other big power thing would logically be the washers, 981 washers that are processing the soil. 10 inserters? What? Yes, stone. Stone from soil. For tar. Stone for soil for tar. Oh yeah, 10 regular inserters exist somewhere. I don't know where they exist anymore. I have no idea. Oh hey, there's an agitator. To agitate. Must agitate all the time. Come on. Do that. Alright. Off we go. So, yeah, just this setup for tar, like, just think of it as each one of these is 20 of the soil extractors and 10 of the washers. So, yeah. Sweep it over. Well, the problem is that those 10 could potentially be inside of Factorismo buildings. Like, those 10 normal inserters might be inside of the Factorismo factory somewhere. That's probably actually what the reality is. They're probably in a Factorismo thing, if not in the mall somehow. Because I've straight up deleted the entirety of my pre-boss and boss phase of the game. It's just gone. It has ceased its existence. So outside of potentially these copy pastes, yeah, I don't know. I would need to. Well, I could do a copy and just see on the big list if regular inserters show up. Although, yeah, it sort of goes off screen a bit. So, yeah, that's not helpful by doing that. Anyway, where shall I begin? Where to start? So I need to use the tar. So let's start with the stuff that uses the tar. And that would be the quenching tower right in here. do that. Probably just have it like so, because I don't need to do any... Well, I do need the saline. Excuse me. I need my saline. But I also need to, like, have logistics work better. Because I'm not going to be voiding saline, I can have these closer to each other. Those can meet up. Each one is... I need 3. 3 of my sinkholes. To kill tailings. As well as 1 each of these. Really looking forward to the update that improves sinkholes. And gas vents, I would hope. I haven't seen any of the recent changes to the Pi suite. I haven't looked at that in several days on the GitHub repos. But I do know, last I had checked, that King Arthur was mucking about with sinkholes to try and make them better. Emphasis on try. I have this elsewhere somewhere. Where do I have that? Right there. I need this little thing. This right here. And then how am I gonna do the thing with you? There and there. Sure, why not? You'd think there was an easier way to get saline water? Nah, this is pretty easy. Like, this is super simple. I don't know what you're talking about. This is real easy. This is really easy. No idea what you're talking about. This is so simple. So simple to get saline water. Without access to salt. Like, in the absence of salt, this is super easy. Like, and it's easy as a way of getting salt too. Like, this is yeah, it's awesome. Also, yeah, performance. Performance is a thing. Just, you know, UPS. We're at half speed now. Thank you, 20,000 construction bots. 22,162 at this point. Yeah, it's a few bots. Placing my tile. I was going to do this anyway, but hey. Sure, we'll have them do that. Do that thing all the way up this whole thing. I don't even know if I have enough nextlet tile to place along the whole thing. We'll find out. We'll find out if it's even remotely enough. But until then, note that each bot can hold 2 tiles at this point. They do have that extra cargo slot. So it is going to be a little bit faster. It is going to be a little bit faster than it would otherwise be. But still, the entire time, the performance will be tanked. And we can see what the actual power draw is at this point. Over 2 gigawatts. Greater than 2 gigawatts. So that's fun. Alright, from here, that's that done. I need the ionic upgrader. Singular. Singular ionic upgrader. Where are you? Hello. Ionic upgrader. There you are. There's the thing. You can live there. This is going to make crude oil out of tar. Just need the one, apparently. Apparently it's just one for the crude oil that I need. Right, because I'm doing... I am doing the distillates out of tar. Huzzah! Distillates. Glorious, beautiful distillates out of tar. And then doing the reformer. Where's that reformer? There it is. Reformer-based naphtha from crude oil. Which I'm actually using, not for naphtha, but for BTX. So the naphtha gets completely sunk in the end. And all I need is the BTX from you. That'll be used for the ethylene setup. Give this some power too. From this, I need the... What? What do I need from this again? I need the medium distillates. And I think that's it. And this, of course, is Sinkhole City. Just across the board. All the sinkholes, all the time. This goes into light oil refineries. 2 of them. Just doink and doink. You are making stripped from medium, and you are making what again? Methanol? Sure. Sure thing. Methanol. And both of these use titanium tetrachloride, so wherever I bring that in needs to feed into the stuff. And then, of course, I need a... What? A steam cracker! Oh boy, I need steam crackers too. I do not need the ionic upgraders anymore, so I can kill that request. I don't need any more light oil refineries, so I can kill that request. I can kill the reformer request as well. I think I'm okay with the rest of the stuff. Big stretch. Oh, speaking of stretch, there are now additional things / changes to things with the channel point rewards. Hey, we got another redeem for the 10,000 channel points, salt grains, to have a train station name. Train station name. Oh boy, here we go. Let's have that one be Chris Deck 38. There you go. The names, they grow. I don't think I'm ever going to run out of train stations to have names on them. But yeah, speaking of the channel points, aka the salt grains, I have added a couple of redeems that are just general ones that Twitch has as part of like a... I don't know what to call it, like a gallery of existing stuff that you can just pick pre-existent templates from. One of which is to fix my posture. Just a reminder, be like, hey, you're not quite centered / in frame. Like fix being in frame. Yeah, that's the first one, and then the other one is to the reminder to do a stretch. Big stretch. That's the other reminders to get stretched out. And then I have modified the one that is the running of the ad, for the running of the 30-second ad. I have changed it slightly. It is now the friendly subscription reminder. Yes, it is now It is now the friendliest of subscription reminders to remind folks to subscribe to the channel by making me run an ad break. It's a 30-second ad break. Yes, limit is 2 per stream on the redeems for that, and it is a little bit on the more expensive side of things at 1,500 channel points for that little thing. But it's just a general reminder because, as far as I'm aware, my subscription does get rid of ads. At least it should get rid of ads if you are a Twitch subscriber. So yeah, friendly reminder that that exists as a thing. That absolutely exists as a thing. Currently at 4 subscribers and sub points, down from 5 because someone needs to renew at some point, I guess, or won't renew, and then I'll be sad. Another reminder: at 25 subscriber points, we get a new emote slot for all of the existent subscribers. At 25, wow, that is fast. They're already like halfway done. They've already done like half the stuff. Wow. Yeah, they're pretty speedy when they want to be. Holy moly, they're pretty quick. All right, we've done that. I need 5. Okay, sure, 5 electrolyzers somewhere to take care of that saline water for the chlorine. Where's that? There it is. That. Yep, all that works. Get that saline going. I will need to deal with the sodium hydroxide that is output from this, though, so let's have something to take care of that. Ideally, I would stack it. And then void it, so that's exactly what I'm going to do. There we go. I do hope 3 is going to be enough. Like, seriously. I do hope that this is going to be fine in the end, but we'll find out. It is technically voiding 1 item per second on sodium hydroxide at all times, if this is okay. This will actually overproduce on hydrogen. Just as a side note here, so I will need to overflow valve void excess hydrogen. That will be there. I'll need some for the hydrogen chloride, but there will be leftovers because of the doohickey. Yes, absolutely, very specific there. Because of this stuff, the ethylene chlorohydrin is using 16.67. That means I'm going to have 16.67 excess hydrogen from this process. Although, yeah, hello, Diborane uses exactly a 16.67, which is precisely the excess that I have. That's funny. That is real funny. It's as if it was designed that way. Wow. That's most likely a coincidence. In this particular circumstance, that's probably a coincidence, but you never know. You never know. There might have been some thought there behind this. Like, it's an interesting interaction, how it's the same amount of hydrogen here for this diborane for the boric acid feeding into drilling fluid 2. There are no coincidences, yes. Uh, so some thought was given as to the amount of boric acid required for the drilling fluid 2, because the amount of boric acid in this drilling fluid 2 with the ethylene glycol component is going to consume the extra hydrogen from the extra chlorine that goes into the ethylene glycol. And then, of course, it's 1-to-1 on the hydrogen chloride. That would apply just to drilling fluid 2, though, because drilling fluid 3... Does drilling fluid 3 use the boric acid? I've already forgotten. Drilling fluid 3... You there. You do use the boric acid, so yeah, if you've wondered why these are in that ratio to each other, at about 2, 150. 3 is 150, yeah, so that makes a heck of a lot of sense. That makes a heck of a lot of sense. By the way, I would consider drilling fluid 3 to actually be easier to make than drilling fluid 2. Just one of those for reference kind of things, because I put, like, in my mind, hydrogen chloride is like really expensive. It like extremely expensive compared to things like salt and chromium, right? You have salt, chromium, and water instead of hydrogen chloride from the drilling fluid too. So this to me seems actually cheaper. It's as if they were reversed on their requirements, honestly. Because yeah, I this is the bigger pain in the butt. Obviously. This also needs lamps. Right. That's the train station I need here. I already need a train station bringing in at least 2 things thus far. Where is my U? Where is my U? So I can break that now. Just casually. Might want to, like, reset it a bit so that it actually fills up evenly. But, whatever. Here, have, do the same thing on the other side, and it should end up similar. Similar volumes. Ish. Now it's gonna have more hydrogen. Whatever. If I put it on both, and then... Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll put it... We'll put it on both, and then it'll constantly move, and we won't have to worry about anything. It'll stay normal. There we go. The solution. And then we get into the most unfortunate part about this whole situation. You can probably see the issue, right? You can probably see the issue here, where the hydrogen and the chlorine are reversed between the inputs here and the outputs here. It is an incredibly unfortunate situation that is the case, but we just have to live with it. Now I'm going to delete that just so that we are approximately even. But if you build like this, it's easy enough to switch sides. It's very, very easy enough to switch sides. Now I do need to do that and that thing there. I will need to have an input of the doohickeys like so. That'll be the lamps in, that'll be the lamps looping together, and we are now done with that particular infrastructure. Now for everything else. I should have the... They never actually delivered the multipurpose crackers, did they? No. I left my logistic system, get rid of those agitators request, and in fact give them away. I don't want them any... no, I do still want 2 of them at least. You can get rid of the others, as long as I have 2 on me. at all times. That's done, that's done, that's done. Right, I need the methanol extractor at the end of this chain. Hello. Hello, my methanol extractor. Which recipe was that again? Huh. Mm, oh, it's the... Right, it's that. Acetic acid, that's the one. That's the one. Oh, right, I didn't do the CO2, did I? Oops. That's fun. Okay, so the CO2, that's... yeah, that's that thing with tar... and a wonderful little high pressure furnace. From there, just load in, do stuff, make things. What is the actual ratio here? I need 20 from biomass. I need 0.67. Yay! Make it out of tar, please. 1! We're good. We're good. We did it. We got the 1. The grand total 1 doohickey. You need chromium. Wonderful, beautiful, and glorious chromium. That's that. Oh yeah, and I need urea in too. Ugh. Ugh. This will be the boric acid. Along with the diborane. Or the diborane into the boric acid. Excuse me. That is the setup I want. There we go. Lots of things. That covers all of that. Leaving me with the cracker, which I still need because I keep walking outside of my logistics zone. Just stand here until the cracker's delivered. Do I have FB reactors? I should. Yes, I have those. Let's actually clear some of this stuff. Like, I don't need 20 classifiers. Like, I don't even need 10 classifiers. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that request, that request, that request, that request, and get rid of them. That request and get rid of them. That request and keep them because I'm still in need of a scrubber. Right? Scrubber? Wait. But, yes, here. For the ethylene glycol itself. At the end of all this shenaniganry. Oh yeah, and I need steam. And I need steam. Wonderful. On top of literally all else, I also need steam. Do not walk outside of the logistic network. Don't do it. But I do need steam. I do need... how much steam again? I need... apparently a lot. 141.7. Okay, that's going to mean I need... three boilers. So there you are. I need 3 boilers. With water to feed them. And there you go. Glorious steam. Okay, what else? Have you brought my stuff yet? I need my stuff. Where are my dudes? Are you bringing me? Are you bringing me the cracker? Is that a cracker? What is that? It's an electrolyzer. Where's the bots? There they are. Hello. Are any of you carrying a you? You, there you are. Hello, steam cracker. Steam cracker, please bring me the cracker. The crackingest of crackers. I need you to progress. So, you may have noticed that this is not that big of space requirement so far. Get into this, which is useful information. Very, very useful. I'm just going to let my dudes deliver to me. And I do realize we're about 3 minutes from our midstream break. About 3 minutes from that midstream break. So I will get as much done as I can in these next 3 minutes. But we shall see just how much I'm actually able to get done. Because, yeah, that's potentially an issue of how much stuff can get done before the break. I would like to at least have this infrastructure placed. Like, that would be ideal. Yeah, so steam cracker. Where are you? 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 There you are. Steam cracker into FB reactor into wet scrubber into scrubber. So there we go. You make that, you make that, you make that, and you make that. Oh. Right. This is for you. Needs water. Oh, yes, slaked lime. Right. Slaked lime. That was not in any of my calculations, but whatever. Oh, water. Hello. Water. Can I get... Yeah, that. Right. That right there. That is useful rotation. Yeah, you both have water now. You need silver, of course. And an input. You also need the wonderful chlorine from all the way over here. I can actually place things accurately. If I move this down another tile... There we go. Posture check! Again! Hello, Planodon, tar, all that good stuff. All that good stuff happening. It is the halfway point. That it is time to take a break. Seeing Planodon here, all the stuff working with tar. Like, yes, I will. I got the it's there. We're logistics now. We're logistics now. Just do agitators at the end of this, and yeah, all the agitators, things, yes, stuff, things, those, yes. Rotation is everything. Ah, there we go. Spacing is everything. There, sure. And then the actual mixers doing the drilling fluid at the very tail end of this. Mixers doing everything I need. That stuff. Yeah, that's good. That's good stuff. That's good stuff right there. And then, you know, 4 of those, making the beautiful and glorious, where the hell is the icon? Zinc! Zinc. There you are. That's the stuff right there. Alright. We'll be doing a lot of logistics when I get back. For those of you watching the VODs on YouTube, thank you so very much for watching. I will see you on the next one. For those watching live, I will be back in a few minutes as we continue on the path towards the zinc ground boring and processing shenaniganry. I will be back shortly.